Definitely for the Black community, I have a question. So if Trump is trying to defund federal...
I was trying to figure out what were you thinking when you made this video? And I think you were I watched the whole thing and you were basically saying like, you want black and brown people to come together to fight Trump. And that's what it sounds like you're saying. And you were trying to utilize whatever Trump is saying, da 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 da. You guys are jumping too far. Black people cannot help you defeat Trump or whatever y'all think when y'all have not reconciled what y'all have done to us. Y'all have not reconciled that. Y'all have not sat down and really deconstructed your anti-blackness. You have not done that. So you guys trying to get us to help y'all do anything is not okay. Y'all haven't even reconciled the first thing. And that's the problem. That's why we're not gonna help y'all. Period. Because y'all can't even understand that thing.
I am so sick of you foreigners coming to my fucking country and treating me like shit. This is my country. You are a foreigner on my fucking land. You fucking racist. You motherfucking racist. You piece of shit.
Y'all know when Latinos and Hispanics be like Black Americans are next? They really thought that Black Americans are immigrants. And that explains why they voted the way they voted. They tried to get us up out of here. But I gotta say to the Latino community, not only did your ESL classes, but the American educational system failed you tremendously. Because Black Americans are not immigrants and we're not going anywhere. And this is how ill-informed they are. They really think because they're in the middle between black and white that they're white adjacent. When that's far from the truth. It's only 3 categories that's broken down in this country. You have white Americans, you have non-whites, and you have Black Americans. The people in the middle, y'all just extras in this movie. The main characters are the white Americans and the Black Americans, and sometimes the Native Americans make a guest appearance. This country spent too much money, trillions of dollars, in painting black people as the bad guys. That's the default. To even get rid of Black Americans. As sad as that may sound. And you know who's catching on quick, who's learning the game real quick? Africans and Caribbeans. That's why they're cosplaying as Black Americans. They're not cosplaying as Black Americans to trick us Black Americans. They're doing it to trick white Americans because they don't want to be deported.
A little story time. When I was in college, I was 22 years old. I had a girlfriend who was a Latino. She was from McAllen, Texas. She was a cheerleader at the university. Her mother and father, both Mexican born. Her mother had divorced her father. They had moved to America, her and her brother. And her mother remarried to a white man. Yeah, owned a couple of car dealerships. Had a little cash flow. And now they lived maybe 5 or 6 hours away from the university. So they'd only talked to me on the phone. All they knew about me was that my name was Quinn. When they came to visit me, they were visibly disappointed to find out that I was Black. And although they managed to choke down their disgust and keep the pleasantries, shortly after the visit, they told her they forbid her to see me. Now, we continued on seeing each other through the semester, but eventually mother caught wind that I was still present in her life and came down and wanted to actually have a sit-down talk to me, despite her daughter's defiance of saying, I'll date who I want. And her mother sat down with me and said, Quinn, you are a smart, handsome young man, but you should be with your own kind. And I said to her Mexican-American mother, who was married to a white man, you're not with your own kind. Her mother said, that's not the same. And to her mom, I mean, in a way, she's right. It wasn't the same. a black person with a Mexican American in a relationship is not the same as a Mexican American with a white man in a Latino's eyes. See, like her mom, and I think a lot of people in America, you're finding out that in racist America, it is the same. It absolutely is the same. When you take black people out of the conversation, then the racists will show you it still is the same. Which what's happening in California and across America right now, while shocking and outraged so many are, and justifiably so, it's because a lot of Latinos are finding out it is the same. But had y'all acknowledged that it was the same, then you would have been in those streets when we were in those streets. And when we were fighting against this, you would have been fighting against this. And we wouldn't be dealing with what we're dealing with today. So you don't wait to empower the most bigoted person in America, Donald Trump. Wait until he has the Supreme Court, the Department of Justice, the military, and all of Congress behind him to then want to take it to the streets. Had y'all been in this fight like you are in this fight right now, we wouldn't be dealing with Donald Trump today.
Yes. So here's more into why I think that they didn't know that black Americans weren't immigrants. Because now they're switching over to, well, it makes sense for black Americans to be out there protesting because y'all are full-fledged citizens. Y'all can't be deported, right? So I was like, yo, did y'all know that we were full-fledged American citizens that couldn't be deported when y'all came to our country and was treating us like shit? All these various different immigrant groups literally came here and treated us like dog shit. We're racist to us. We're anti-black to us. We're anti-black American to us. Stereotyping us. Just discriminating against us. Talking down on us. All of that shit. So why the fuck would we go out there? Why would we want you to stay in our home when you came in our home and pissed on us? Pissed and spit on us. What sense does that make? So I feel like they're pivoting now that they know we actually, in fact, indeed are full-fledged Americans. But why would we want to keep you here, of all people? Why would we want to keep people who came to our country and treated us like dirt? You was kissing the white Americans' ass because you knew they were Americans. You was spitting and pissing on us because y'all didn't know we were Americans too. There it is.
African American community is the only community that has the power in this country to change anything. They are the only one with the experience of civil matter. They are the only one que tenían el esclavo ahí mismitico. They are the only one that are not going to get deported anywhere, and you cannot put them all in jail. So African American community, which is the community that is stepped on by Cubans, the most are the only ones that are going to save the Latinos. And I clap for the African American community that has not come out because it is not. I do. We didn't do shit for them.
I get it, but I don't.
Me and you support, but in masses, we didn't support anything that was going with them. Latinos look at Cubans specifically. I'm not gonna talk about any other community because I'm not part of that community, even though I'm a Latina with them. Cubans talk shit about African Americans.
It's true.
Cubans did not support African Americans. Cubans think that they all victimize themselves, that all of this, all of that. African Americans are the only ones that are going to save your asses, Latino. So you better start kissing. If you're going to kiss some ass in this country, you better kiss some black ass.
Man, stop trying to convince these people that we need to stand together and all that. They ain't trying to hear that shit, bro. They've been betrayed so many times, bro. 1877, after federal troops pulled out of the South, bro. Betrayed. 40 acres and a mule, betrayed. You feel me? Jim Crow, betrayed. Redlining, betrayed. Every promise that this country has made to them has been a false promise. And now we need y'all to stand with us while we march. Leave them people alone. They ain't trying to hear that shit. They ain't trying to hear that shit because they know how prevalent racism is in our community. And they know how y'all talk about them when they ain't in the room. And they know that now y'all got y'all N-word wake up. Didn't y'all? Y'all got that Paul Mooney N-word wake up call. And now y'all want to scream unity and solidarity. Nah, bro. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. The people that have been working together will continue to work together. The people that have empathy for your plight and your situation will continue to have empathy for your plight and situation. But don't try to convince people to come join your side. Like, oh, it's always been. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. They're trying to survive their damn self. They're trying to figure out how this man is about to get rid of the 13th and 14th Amendment and strip them of citizenship. What, you don't think they know what time it is? They got to deal with their own shit. I'm just saying, I see a lot of videos where people are like trying to convince, Black Americans that they need to stand side by side with Black and brown unity, but when it's something that doesn't benefit us, we ain't screaming that shit. Yeah, get mad. Go ahead. You know I'm fucking right.
Here is my position on the migrant crisis and the migrant protests that are sweeping the country. No group has ever come to America to help Black people. No group has ever helped Black people. You've had individuals participate in Black struggle, but never as a community. European Jews never said we're going to help Black people as a community. Latinos never said we're going to help Black people as a community. They come here to replace us. And most of them align themselves with the white power structure against African people.
All right, let's be real about what this is about. This is about Mexican people choosing their own self-interest, okay? You chose your own self-interest when you agreed to hate Black people because you knew that would get you the work. You got the work. You got everything else that go with it. Why would Black people do what you wouldn't do? Let me tell y'all a story. There was this Mexican homeless guy that approached me one day. And I don't know, literally the Holy Spirit told me to ask him this question. I said, if the roles were reverses, would you help me? He said, he was honest. He said, nope. I got in my damn truck and left. Stop doing what other groups wouldn't do for you. You can read the Bible until you go crazy, do whatever, but working your own self. All right, last time this transpired, I had to speak on it, okay? Let me first of all say this. I've seen a lot of Mexican posts in relation to Black people. I don't even know why this is even a thing. But let me give you some real shit. Every day when Black people go to restaurants, when Black people go to the stores, grocery stores, every day when Black people go to drugstores, when Black people go to the gym, when Black people go anywhere where the Hispanic community, which is the largest part of the service community, has to address us, you always address us with the disrespect that you were taught by white people. Okay? Now, understand this. Some of you are provoked by our music, and then therefore you have other Blacks who are, I like to say, half hood, half whatever. And then you have these people in politics that work with you. And you work with them, but you really don't work with them. You work with each other, okay? There is no, look, I don't know if you did or didn't. Maybe some of you got involved with the BLM thing. I don't know if you did or didn't. But if you're truly wondering why black people aren't involved in your mess, it's because every day you treat us like the master taught you to treat us. Even though you know it, forget right. I don't think in right and wrong. Right and wrong is a children's concept, okay? One way or the other. I don't think like that. I think in reality. I think that every time I go to the store, I'm watched by a Mexican like I'm being watched out, like I was watched when I was 15 years old. You know, you've taken on the role that you wanted to take on. You've taken on the role of, I want to be integrated into whiteness. So then accept the responsibility of the truth of rejection. It's not our obligation to help y'all. Y'all not doing anything for us. Those days are over. Black people doing stuff for even other black people. Kamala Harris, Barack Obama. Barack Obama thought he could get up there and nobody's falling for that shit anymore. No black person is helping any Hispanic person, period. Absolutely, period. The old mindset of, where black people are attached to the Bible, where it can be twisted against us and say, do whatever against your own best wishes. And what's going to happen? When all this is done, you'll be treating us the same way. Okay? Here's the thing about it. Do this. Instead of turning against us, why don't you, and I don't give a fuck if y'all turn against, y'all already against us. Turn against the people that are treating you like they treating you. Instead of talking about, can I tell y'all why y'all don't? Because you're scared. You're scared of white folks. You're scared to say anything. And stop calling yourself Mexican and wanting to be American. Which one are you going to be? Nobody's going to help you. I know I'm not. When a white person walks through the store, they walk through like they're a king. But as soon as you see a black person, and you know most black people ain't stealing. You do it because you're taught that way. Just like y'all, I could get out of a $200,000 car and you click in a damn Toyota Corolla like I want it. That's a game you guys play like white folks. Keep playing that game. Don't ask for any help for black people. Do you?
I'll make it as quick as possible. My name is Martin Alvarado. I'm a bounty hunter by trade. I've been introduced by my agency. I'm from Seattle. Tacoma called me and told me that as the waves go through, this is the first wave. The second and third is when they're going to hire us. The ICE is going to hire us bounty hunters, and they're going to be giving $1,500 to $1,000 per legal. How are you going to stop us from coming through? Because we don't have to worry about warrants. We don't really have to follow too many of the laws. And if we're going to be deputized by ICE, we can pretty much do anything we want. They're already going over there and creating the squads as we speak now. That's why they called me. So as soon as I get back with my squad in Tacoma, we will be coming down the state. $1,000 per illegal is a pretty good price. Just to do things that you kind of enjoy. What you guys are going to do to stop that? Are you going to pay us more? Are you going to pay us $2,000 to just leave them alone?
I think you should be making those kind of comments. You're going to create panic right now.
I'm not creating panic. I'm trying to give you guys informed of what's going on.
You're comparing numbers right now. You shouldn't be doing that.
Well, I'm just stating a fact of what are you guys going to do to stop us from doing our job.
Maybe you shouldn't be doing that job at all.
Why? What part of illegal don't you understand?
You can't put a price on.
You can put a price on every human being. Every human is worth a dollar amount.
It's not right.
Well, that's not right. That's your problem. If you don't.
All right, sir. We're going to have to ask you to stop. And around here we don't refer to people as illegals.
I'm not going to.
They're human beings
because it bothers you guys. But your sensitivity is not our problem.
Well, it is my problem.
Is a problem.
You know what? It is my problem.
Needing to beware because.
Well, it's time for you to be quiet.
Us.
It's time for you to be quiet. It's time for you to be quiet and leave.
Why? You're telling the truth?
Because you don't even have the cojones to wear take off the mask, bro. That's why. Then there you go. You got some? Now get out of here. Take them with you. Goodbye.
Oh, see me again.
Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Can't wait for that day. Forgive me for that. I didn't want it to end on that note, but you know, one thing we're not going to tolerate is disrespect and ignorance.
Hi, I'm Kylie, and here are the top 5 racist things white people say about Hispanic people in private. I've gotten a lot of requests for this one, so I wanted to start by saying 2 things. Number 1, I was raised in California, so probably the most discrimination that I've seen has been anti-Hispanic, anti-Latino. And number 2, if you're a white person and you do these things, stop doing them. Number 1, a lot of white people refer to Latino people as either this term or this term behind their back. If you don't know the history behind these terms, please look them up because they're rooted in a very dark history of discrimination. Number 2, white people cannot stop talking about the number of children in Latino families. If a white person asks you how many kids that you have, be careful because they could be thinking a number of judgmental or racist things. Number 3, I've heard a number of comments specifically about Latina girls, about how they will not go anywhere because they're just going to get pregnant. It doesn't matter that plenty of white women get pregnant. Number 4, the tendency of white people to assume that any Spanish-speaking Latino is here illegally. And number 5, the tendency of white people to try to exploit the labor of Latino people. There's a stereotype that they will do very hard work, very good work for very low pay. So you will see white people often hire contractors who are Hispanic in order to avoid paying other people.